What's up YouTube? In today's video, we're going to be talking about obtainable goals for first-time vendors. So if you're into Pokemon or sports, TCG, anything like that, or any vendor content, you're going to love today's video. Stick around, like and subscribe. Let's get into it. This weekend, I'm vending for the very first time and I'm super stoked. I know what you're probably thinking. If you've never vended before, how are you going to talk to us about obtainable goals for first-time vending? Bear with me. Just wait, you'll see. I've been wanting to vend for over a year now. I've just never felt like I had the inventory to start. But while I was saving up inventory, I would go to every show that I could. I would go to shows and I would just get stuck there. I would be so obsessed. I'd want to see every table and every card and get to know all the vendors. And next thing I know, it'd be like hours. I know you know that feeling. I know you've been there. I know you felt that. Then one day I had the idea to host my own show and I did it and it was super fun. Here's the video. Go check it out. It's awesome. So even though I haven't vended myself, I've been to a lot of shows, I've hosted a show, I've interviewed vendors, and I've consumed a lot of content about vending. With all that being said, I really wanted to do a good job my first time. So I started researching a lot and watching a whole lot more content on how to be good, how to know if you're doing good, what to bring, how much to bring, all of these things. And I found a really simple answer over and over and over again. You have to define success. What is good? YouTubers like Oyama and Jarchomp talk about this really frequently. Success can be a lot of different things other than how much money you made. So I've decided to measure my success of this show by setting clear, obtainable goals that have nothing to do with how much money I've made that day. And here's why. Don't get me wrong. I hope I make money. I hope me and my partner Tanner, we make like $1 million in our first go and we can retire our families for forever. And I hope to rapidly grow my PC. I hope it grows so quickly that I have to rent a U-Haul to even get it to the next show. But those two things aren't actually my main goal. Those are only my hopes. I hope those things happen. My main goal is to have an incredible charity card show on October 17th, 2026. Put it in your calendars, the Legendary Collection Card Show, October 17th, 2026. And I want to use these local shows that I can vend at up until that point as a means of marketing to help spread the word about my show so it can be even bigger than it was last year. But the show was awesome. Go watch the video. So I'm going to define my success at this show by trying to be a great vendor. To have a great show, you need to be a great vendor. Which leads us to another thing to define. What is a great vendor? I think great vendors have these three traits. A good vendor is social, is a really good neighbor, talks to the other vendors around them, and even makes time to walk the floor to get to know or just see and say hi to the vendors that they've met in the past. And a good vendor is present in the conversations around them. A good vendor is hospitable, which means they are welcoming and attentive to the potential customers that come to the table. We need to be people first, sales second. We can do that with questions like, hi, how's the show going? What's your name? What's your favorite Pokemon? And lastly, a good vendor is helpful. It's not just about moving cards. It's about asking the question, what do you need? Because maybe I don't have it, but maybe I know who does. And maybe I can take you there. Maybe I can help you find the thing I don't have. And I think a great vendor puts all three of those things together. Being social, hospitable, and helpful. I think there is something to say about a good vendor needing to be prepared and knowing what they have, what they want, their margins, and what they can give for this or that. But that's a whole nother conversation. We're not talking about money. Now that we've established what a great vendor is, I want to show you all how I'm going to keep myself accountable to these things at this show. Check this out. All right, what we have here is my list of I'm calling them side quests. I've got these little side quests that I'm going to try to do at the show. And all these have to do with something that aligns on those three things that we were just talking about, whether it's being social, helpful, or hospitable. So, number 1, meet 5 vendors and learn their names. 2, shake hands after a deal. 3, give, sell, trade someone their favorite Pokemon or player. Trade 4, trade 2 cards for 1 card. 5, trade 1 card for 2 cards. But hold on a second. I have to confess, I started seeing a trend here that I really liked, and noticed something in the middle of making my side quests. I noticed that a lot of these quests that are on here could all be done from both sides of the table. So not only could I do them as the vendor, but someone could do them as a guest at the show. So instead of only myself doing these things, I've now come up with something even greater of a scheme, and I'm so excited about this. This is now actually our table's scavenger hunt for the whole show, and anyone can come up and do these things to earn. Let me just read this thing to you. So imagine a guest walks up to the table and says, "Hi," and I'm like, "Hello, do you want to try our scavenger hunt?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure. What for?" I'm like, "Here, take this sheet and get signatures from the people that you complete each side quest with. When you feel like you've gained enough XP, turn it back into the legendary collection for your reward." So basically, anybody can come up to the table and take it away, and I'll give them a pen and this piece of paper. Meet 5 vendors. They're gonna write 5 vendors' names down. Shake hands after a deal. They're gonna get that person's signature that they shook hands after a deal. Give, sell, trade someone their favorite Pokemon. They're gonna get that signature. Trade 2 cards for 1. They're gonna get that signature, and so on. So I'm gonna read off all these really quick. Trade 1 card for 2 cards. Do 1 cash deal. Find a friend at the show. Give a card to a kid under 12. Pack battle somebody. Thank the card show host. Play a game at a vendor's table. Enter into a raffle. Find your favorite card at the show. What was it and who had it? You don't even got to buy it. Just tell me what it is. Add any card to your collection. What is it? Take a picture with someone at the show and tag them on socials. Ask to see someone's binder that's not a vendor. Bring any Jolteon to Ethan at the Legendary Collection card show, because you know I love seeing Jolteons. Bring any Machamp to Tanner, who's my partner, and he loves Machamp, to the Legendary Collection card show. Show someone you just met your favorite card you have, non-vendor. Find someone who has the same favorite Pokemon or athlete as you. Because again, this is a Pokemon and sports card show, so I needed to make this flexible. So yeah, I've got all of these things. The scavenger hunt is going to be like our table's gimmick. A lot of tables come with gimmicks like, raffle for just entry based off of showing up or, doing this or that. Or, a lot of tables have games for like rolling dice and stuff like that. And I wanted to think of something that really involved that could involve the whole community, not just like my table or whatever. And I want to get everyone involved and meeting new people at the show and everything like that. So, I really believe the scavenger hunt fits our goals of social, hospitable, and helpful. And it's gonna be awesome, and I'm excited for it. And I think as again me trying to complete these goals is how I'm going to gauge if I've had a successful show. I'm not going to gauge it off of how much money I made or how many trades I did. I'm only going to gauge it off if I can complete the whole list. But yeah, basically, if you try this raffle out or the scavenger hunt out, basically for every 5 you complete, you'll get a ticket for a raffle that I'm giving away at the booth. And so if you're interested in that, if that sounds fun, come to the booth. But yeah, I love these things that are dual purpose. So it's super cool whenever my own accountability actually becomes a community event. Love that. It's awesome. But speaking of dual purpose, some of you who have made it this far in the video might be wondering, why did he keep holding up random cards? And why did he keep holding up random product? And the answer is simple. All of the things you saw on today's video are going to be at our booth, and they're going to be for sale at the booth. So I just wanted to keep you guys interested and be like, oh, what is that? What is that? And also, if it sparked your interest at all, come to the booth. Let's work out a deal. I don't know. I'm super excited about the show. I don't have like a good camera setup to live stream the show, but I'm going to get some footage and try to make a video out of it. I don't know. I'm just super excited. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.